Welcome, everyone, to a 2K Sports Look Back at the Past. This time, we check in on Magic Johnson at the peak of his career as he takes on a Drexler-led Portland team.
Two members of the '92 Dream Team involved in this one. What's great about both of these guys is they can do it all. You can't blink for a second with Magic and Drexler out there.
And when these teams got together in the 90s, guys, it had playoff implications. Matter of fact, this was the 1991 Western Conference Finals matchup. That was a great series.
Magic and Drexler are sure to put on a show as we're set to get underway. A look now at the Lakers. Magic Johnson runs showtime at the point guard position. Scott accompanies him in the backcourt. Worthy and Perkins are your forwards. And the center, Vlade Divac. For the Portland Trail Blazers now, Terry Porter and Clyde, the Clyde Drexler of the backcourt. Jerome Kersey running outside at the 3. And it's Buck and Doc. Buck Williams and Kevin Duckworth at the 4 and the 5.
Well, what was amazing about Magic when he burst onto the scene is you've never really seen a player like him, of his size, running the ball, playing that point guard position. Just incredible.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Drexler kicks to Porter, and it's Johnson picking him up.
You know, something distracting him. The guy just kind of profiled right out of bounds.
Here's Johnson. You're talking about Magic Johnson. You see him move out there. It is hard to believe he is 6'9".
And you know what? I think he really set the trend for taller point guards. Nobody has ever mastered the position the way he did at his size. But when you think about taller point guards, a guy like Penny Hardaway, even LeBron, I think all have been influenced by what Magic was able to do. And yet none, in my mind, was truly the same kind of point guard that Magic was. Penny Hardaway may be the closest. LeBron, to me, is a forward that has phenomenal passing skills, more like a Larry Bird type than a Magic type in my mind.
Now, a second chance sometimes make a huge difference in a game like this.
He gathers, and there's Worthy on the assist by Johnson.
That's simply an amazing pass from Magic. Those kinds of assists are not as easy as Magic makes them look.
Now Porter, and it's Johnson picking him up. And here's Porter. It's good from long range.
Well, you look at Terry Porter's career three-point percentage. Very impressive for a point guard.
Well, you know, anytime you're around that 40% mark for your career, and he was at 39, that's impressive. And he had a couple of seasons where he would end up above 40%.
And you remember Magic's farewell tour from the NBA was really capped off with the Dream Team back in 1992. So great to see that team get the gold medal.
James Worthy on the wing. Defended by Duckworth. Shoots from 12, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Talking about that Dream Team, as nice as it was to play on the team, it must have been so much fun playing with Bird and with Michael Jordan.
I can't imagine any kind of better basketball experience. I mean, certainly beats playing against them, that's for sure. I mean, they will battle each other over and over each season, and they finally had a chance to work with each other in the summer games, and not only on the court, but I imagine it had to be a lot of fun hanging out with those guys in the hotel room and on the bus trips too.
Pass to Kersey. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. On defense, Portland trailing by 2.
And Divac just had a complete game as a center. He could shoot, pass, defend, rebound. Very solid player.
Backing him down is Johnson. Deflected. Scott, the second effort. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Tell you what, things just aren't bouncing his way this quarter.
A 3 from Drexler. Rebound the Lakers.
Well, Divac, never a great athlete, but at 7'1" and 260 pounds, he had the size to make his presence felt inside.
Now here's Divac. Johnson kicks it over to Worthy. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Worthy's got 6. Talking about Vlade Divac, he even knew when to exaggerate a charge. I think they call that Clark a fly.
Yeah, he was pretty good at that, but he was also a really skilled basketball player. I mean, people tend to forget that he was a solid defender. He averaged over 2 blocks a game in some seasons and was an excellent passer and an underrated scorer.
Perkins kicks to Johnson.
He anticipated the kick out and came up with the steal.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Byron Scott picks one up.
Drexler was a tad bit past his prime when playing with the Rockets. His best years were probably important, although he was still a valuable contributor for Houston.
First one falls for him. You mentioned Drexler in Portland. I think his best year was probably 1989, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and almost 3 steals a game.
Now, that was the highest scoring year for him in his career. But just the amount he did in every facet of the game was incredible. I mean, he was a rebounder, a passer, an excellent defender as well.
Here's Johnson after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Williams comes with a double team. Scott, good.
Good stuff from the Lakers. A perfectly run fast break.
Trailblazers trailed by 3. Danny Ainge on the wing, defended by Scott. Worthy against Drexler. Step back shot. No good. And the Lakers go with it the other way. Johnson with it. Kicks it to Scott. There's the triple. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. Scott's got 8 points.
You know, I think the best quote about Magic Johnson, guys, comes from James Worthy. I don't think there will ever be another 6'9" point guard who smiles while he humiliates you. Sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see another 6'9" point guard, period. But Magic's smile was so full of genuine happiness and excitement about playing the game that it was hard to get mad at a guy, even as he dropped a triple-double on you.
With 4 seconds on the clock. Quarter outside. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Lakers lead by 6.
And it's been beautiful basketball to watch, guys. Really sharing and moving the ball, and as a result, they've got a great flow going.
Hand in glove, 5 guys working as one. The power of the fist, we call it. They've racked up a bunch of assists.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Here's Ainge looking for his first bucket of the game. They've got Magic Johnson. Drew is out there with Byron Scott. Then it's Thompson, and it's Green in at the power forward. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter.
Magic Johnson, 5-time NBA champion, and just had success at every level of basketball. He's a winner.
Rebounded by Ainge.
Not much of a pick there. Unless you're going to get a body on somebody, you're really not going to free anybody up for a shot.
Here's Petrovic. They get it back. He passes to Kersey. Pass to Ainge. Another shot. The rebound by Drew. Talking about Magic Johnson's titles, and he won a bunch. Won state in high school, cut the nets in college, and 5 NBA rings to boot. I mean, he is as decorated a player as this game has ever seen.
Yeah, and I'm going to add more decoration to that list. He won a gold medal with the Dream Team in '92, Kevin and Steve. I mean, that's a small group that he belongs to that can measure up to that kind of resume. High school, college titles, NBA, and Olympic gold medals.
Well, it's about time somebody scored. This is ugly.
Yeah, grit and grind ugly. That's how I would describe it. Every bucket counts double in a game like this one, or at least it should count double.
There's the pick. Backing him down is Johnson. Shot clock at 6. With the lead pass. Trailblazers trailed by 4. Here's Petrovic. Knocks down the step-back J.
Now, throughout his career, Magic was a regular at the All-Star game. 12 trips.
Magic Johnson's All-Star performances, Steve. You were just saying he was the MVP of that game twice as well. Clark in 90 and then again in 92.
And who could forget his performance in that 92 All-Star game? I mean, his 3 at the buzzer was really the icing on the cake as everybody on the floor gave it up 2 and 4 Magic.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, James Worthy, you can't really call him a small forward or a power forward. One thing is for certain, though, he's one of the best forwards to play of all time.
And talking about James Worthy again, he really was the prototypical tweener forward. I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, you know, he was the first player picked back in '82, the draft that I was part of. Some guys don't have the height to play inside or the speed to do it on the perimeter. I think Worthy had both and was just a really outstanding player. Could finish on the break, had tremendous speed, and grew into a Hall of Fame player. Well, Magic adding another assist to his stat line.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Porter outside. Portland again missing. Here's the Lakers with the ball. 3-point lead. Backing him down is Johnson. Straight up. Thompson with the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 5.
Magic is getting close to double digits in assists.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
He's in one heck of a groove with his scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Buck Williams, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Drexler comes in for Petrovic. Here's Drexler. Portland, no good that time either.
A lot of people will forget about just how good of a player Clyde Drexler was just because Jordan was
Finals twice, won it all in Houston. 3 finals trips is something else.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that was something I'm sure he's very proud of.
Yeah, and all you have to do to see how great Clyde was is look at the tape. I mean, his style of play holds up against any of the stars in any other era in the history of the NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Divac comes in for Thompson. And it's Perkins in for Green. Here is Porter. He has 5. And it's Johnson picking him up. On the wing, Drexler, defended by Scott. Shot to stop the run. Drexler with another miss.
It's like there's a lid on the rim right now, guys. He just can't make a thing.
It's got to be terribly frustrating. I mean, Steve, you were a great shooter, but you've got to find a way to work out of it, and I think he will. I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside. Well, you see Magic out there. You have to ask, is he the best point guard ever? I can't think of anybody else I'd rather have on my team.
Trailblazers trailed by 9. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Williams dishes to Drexler. And here are the Lakers. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Drexler right side. Porter against Johnson. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. Steve, you brought up the question about Magic. I think maybe Oscar Robertson, Clark, is the only other guy you can compare him to, perhaps?
You know what? Just from a number standpoint is all. I think Magic really was unique, very unique in that he was a 6'9" point guard. He was not a 6'9" forward that became a point guard. He was not a 6'9" two guard that became a point guard. He was a point guard who grew to be 6'9". And that makes him unique in my mind. I think he was clearly the most unique point guard that we've ever seen. You can argue as to whether he was the best, but clearly he was the most unique.
Here's Porter. No good trying to beat the buzzer.
Set, knowledge of the game, enthusiasm for the game, size. Magic Johnson is probably the only player I think who could play anywhere on the floor and be ultra successful.
On the floor for Portland. Porter is out there with Drexler. Then there's Buck Williams. Then there's Jerome Kersey. And it's Duckworth in at the 5, roaming the pace. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. Here's Johnson. Clark, thinking about what you said about Magic, sometimes he was called on to step out of that point guard role to help the Lakers.
Well, you always have to think about that 1980 finals between the Lakers and Philadelphia. Kareem sprains his ankle, and he doesn't play in Game 6. Magic actually steps in to the center jump to begin the game and basically played center and led the Lakers to a championship with a Game 6 victory with just an epic performance.
And Drexler picking him up. The kick out to Worthy. Good look. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. Johnson's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Now a timeout called by Portland.
So far, his shot selection has been questionable. A lot of tough, contested shots. If I'm coaching, I might sit him down for a minute.
And stolen by Worthy.
You know, when you talk about dominance on the collegiate level, Magic was something else to watch at Michigan State. I mean, he was on a whole nother level from everybody else.
Offensive rebound.
There isn't anybody in the building that didn't appreciate that throwdown.
Well, Steve, that's as fancy a finish as you could possibly get.
A serious degree of difficulty on that one.
Johnson kicks to Scott. And they call goaltending. They'll give him a bucket.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here. Just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
Here's Duckworth. Bucket's good. He's got 6. Thinking of Magic at Michigan State University, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists for his time in college. He played there 2 years. All in 36 minutes a game where he was the whole focal point of opposing defenses.
Well, and he was able to finish it off in style, too. Took the Spartans to the 1979 NCAA title and beat Larry Bird and Indiana State in the finals. That really kicked off their storied rivalry. James Worthy, they called him Big Game James. A lot of clutch performances for him in his career.
It's Porter outside. Rebound the Lakers. Worthy's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, I tell you what, guys, his struggles from the field have definitely taken their toll on the team today.
Magic really distributing the ball well. He's in double digits now.
Thinking of James Worthy, the time that sticks out in my mind, Clark, was his triple-double in that 88-game 7 final.
Yeah, that was a milestone moment for Worthy's career. I mean, that was the only triple-double of his career, guys. How amazing is that? At the most important time, with the stakes the highest, Worthy stepped up and performed at his best.
Deflects the pass.
He has not done a good job taking care of the ball here tonight. 4 turnovers for him.
Porter passes to Drexler. Kersey is called for a loose ball foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Danny Ainge is checked in for Portland. Lakers leading by 11. Now here's Johnson. He's got 6. From downtown, Perkins drills the 3.
One thing about Magic Johnson, he was as clutch as they get. His 3 finals MVP trophies speak for them.
Campbell comes in for Sam Perkins. And Drew subbed in for Magic Johnson. Here is Duckworth. He has 6. Back to Williams. The pass to Ainge. It's good from in tight. You brought up those final MVPs. He was just something else in all those games. Did everything that was needed.
Yeah, sometimes he would just take over with his scoring. Sometimes it was his rebounding. And he'd always distribute the ball. He was such a great point guard. But really, the key guy with that Laker dynasty, Magic Johnson, he made it all happen.
That's exactly why he's known as Clyde the Glide.
The free throw drops for Drexler. Lakers leading by 9. He feeds it to Worthy. Covered by Kersey. Kersey is whistled for reaching in. That's his 3rd foul of the game. 1:09 left in the third quarter. Scott, Drexler defending. Thompson, a screen on Drexler. Drexler against Worthy. The shot will not go.
You know, Buck Williams was on the downside of his career at this point, but he could still get it done out there. He's a very good player, an excellent defender, and outstanding rebounder.
Here's Drew. To the paint. Worthy. They need this, and it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. Back to Buck Williams. When he was with the Nets, you could chalk him up for 18 points and 12 every game. He was originally drafted then by Nets coach Larry Brown.
And, you know, even though he didn't put up those big numbers in Portland, he was a huge part of why that team and that organization found so much success. Just a great rebounder and a defender, good teammate, and a lot of toughness.
Boy, that was a tremendous rebound for a pint-sized fella. That's how tough he is. Not intimidated at all in the paint.
On the wing, Scott got a piece of it.
And, you know, despite the number of turnovers, Kevin, they've still got the lead here.
Well,
Boy, that dunk got everybody up off their seat.
Oh, they're loving it, aren't they, Steve?
well, how could they not? I mean, he put the cherry on top of the sundae.
And Worthy throws it down hard.
He made sure to get a little extra hang time there, just to rub it in the defender's face a bit.
Look out below. I wasn't sure he was ever going to come down.
He just wanted to make sure he wasn't coming down on top of anybody.
And no problem at the line here for the three-point play. That will count. Drexler, no good on that last second attempt there. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. We'll make it.
Well, you take a look at Magic Johnson's numbers through the years. I mean, I would have to say he reached his peak probably in the mid-'80s.
Devon's out there with Perkins. Then it's Worthy. And there's Byron Scott. And it's Johnson in at the one. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Wow, Magic now in the teens in assists.
Thinking of Magic's peak, hard to pick a specific year because he was so dominant that whole stretch.
Now, if I was pressed, I would say maybe 1987 was his peak. When the Lakers won it all, Magic took the MVP, both of the regular season and the finals. I mean, that was an incredible year. Wow, he is just burying shot after shot from long range.
And he'll keep calling and begging for the ball, I'm sure.
Looking to end his cold spell, and that one's good by Porter.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And, Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
James Worthy on the wing. Lays out.
And Magic took home the MVP award 3 times as a player. First in 1987, and again back-to-back in 89 and 90.
A different look for Portland. Kevin Duckworth is checked in for Bryant. And Jerome Kersey subbed in for Danny Ainge. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And talking about Magic's MVPs, for all those he had to beat out Jordan for the award. I mean, they played at the same time and often head-to-head.
And how about Bird as well? I mean, in that era, you had to be better than several top 15 players all time to bring home the MVP trophy.
There's Porter with the three. And the rebound goes to Devonts. Devonts has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Oh, he misses that one. He did knock down 1 3-pointer in the first half, though.
Here's Johnson. Can't get it to go. And the Trailblazers going now the other way. Here's Porter. Portland no good that time either.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Boy, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
Gets it to go. Scott's got 6 here in this quarter.
You look back at Byron Scott, the way he carried himself on the floor as a player. You kind of had the feeling that he would eventually one day become a coach.
Yeah, you know, I saw that up close and personal when he was with the Indiana Pacers in the mid-'90s. He mentored Reggie Miller quite a bit, and he displayed that same kind of thoughtfulness when he was with the Lakers during his second stint when he mentored a young Kobe Bryant.
Backing him down is Johnson. Lets it fly. Magic knocks it down. He shot 52% from the field in his years with the Lakers.
Now they've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steven, that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal.
For the Trailblazers, Buck Williams, he's checked in for Robinson. Drexler comes in for Jerome Kersey. And Danny Ainge has subbed in for Petrovic. Here is Porter. Divac picks him up. Scott against Ainge. Portland again missing. And here are the Lakers. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Johnson kicks it over to Worthy. Backing him down is Johnson. Portland grabs the miss.
You know, Duckworth was a very good center in the West for a few years when he was with the Portland Trailblazers.
You know, he never really was great at any one thing, but you could count on him for about 16 points and 8 boards night in and night out. And as good as Magic Johnson was when he entered the league, he constantly worked to get better at every aspect. In fact, eventually became a 90% foul shooter.
Check out the game for Johnson. He has 8 points and 15 assists.
I had no idea we'd be seeing a performance like this one today.
Totally dominant. I mean, pure domination.
Jerome Kersey's checked in for Danny Ainge. Here is Porter. 1:50 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And it's Johnson picking him up. Drexler against Scott. And finished off by Drexler.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some panache to it.
That's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
1:35 left in the fourth quarter. We're talking about his free throw shooting. You could see a steady progression from Magic Johnson each year.
Yeah, he came into the league, guys, at just below 80%. And when he retired, he shot right around 90% and was one of the best foul shooters in the league. And I think that says a lot about who Magic Johnson is. The guy was terrific when he got into the league, but continued to get better. And that's a credit to his attitude and to his work ethic.
Trailblazers trailed by 17. Here's Porter. Tipped. Johnson up top. Here is Kersey. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's going to go on James Worthy. And he knocks down the first one. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
They can't afford too many missed free throws, Kev. They need every point they can get.
Divac with the block. Johnson outside. Now Scott. And good, coming off the assist by Magic Johnson.
And that's going to do it. I mean, this thing is pretty much over. They've played well.
Well, it has been a bit anticlimactic, the end of the game, but sometimes that's the way it goes.
Step back on that one and let it fly.
Well, you know what? He finally didn't force one there, Kevin. I mean, I'd like to see him get a few more looks like that.
Dishes it to Divac. And here comes Drexler. It's good.
They could have used this run a while ago. It may not make much difference now.
Yeah, they hit that snooze button a little too much because they showed up late to this game.
Backing him down is Johnson. White block shot off the mark. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here.
Well, that'll do it. Magic Johnson and the Lakers, in the end, just a little too much for the Blazers.
And it's hard to beat a team like these Lakers that can fill it up in so many ways. Very tough matchups at every position.
That'll do it for us, folks. Thanks for joining us as we look back at NBA history, including a look at the great Magic Johnson. For Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long.